There's no photo of the moment.
He may have not even written the letter.
Did Kamala and other Democrats make a deal with Joe?
Did Joe step down in exchange for Hunter getting no prison?
They all assisted, interestingly, in this whole, quote, coup.
The entire Biden presidency was a cover-up.
I think Michelle Obama is not off the table.
Okay, the conspiracies about Joe Biden and the unfounded rumors about a serious medical event, they are ping-ponging all over the internet and apparently on Fox. Here is the other thing that you can't miss if you're on social media tonight. Donald Trump in an ongoing meltdown, it seems, over running against Kamala Harris instead of Joe Biden. In a new memo that is out tonight as well, the Trump campaign is painting Harris as dangerously liberal. My panel is back with me, along with CNN political analyst and New York Times senior political correspondent Maggie Haberman, who is our special guest in the fifth seat today. So Maggie, this one from Trump on Truth Social really struck me. He says, to turn, quote, dumb as a rock Kamala Harris from a totally failed and insignificant vice president into a future great president, no, it just doesn't work that way. He seems to be having a tough time coming to terms with the fact that this is real life. This is happening.
It's very confusing why Trump seems so unprepared for this, because it's only been clear for 5 weeks that this was probably the direction that this was heading.
All anybody's talking about.
Right. Number one, all anybody was talking about was that President Biden was unlikely to be able to continue into November, and that number two, the likeliest replacement was the vice president on the top of the ticket. So, you know, Jonathan Swan and I did a story over the weekend about how the preparations that had been going on, and they've been going on for a while, but they seem unsettled on exactly what message they want to run against her. Some of that's not surprising. She's liberal. I'm not surprised to hear that. I expect that they will do a lot of that. But calling her dumb as a rock, I don't think is in a strategy memo. You know, I think that's just Donald Trump talking, and he has a habit. You know, we are all well familiar with what he did to President Obama and the birther lie. He tried a version of that, spreading conspiracy theory about the vice president and about whether she is eligible to serve, which is completely unfounded. He consistently has the same types of attacks against women. It is, you know, mentally unstable or weak or not up to it and so forth. And so there is a real risk for him. Look, some of this is priced in, right? I think a lot of voters know this is the case with him. But there is a risk that he is going to go too far and that there will be a backlash effect. And so we'll see what that looks like.
Look, I have to say, the unity thing, do you remember that? That was like...
It was a brief moment in time.
3 days ago? Yeah. Where did that go? What happened?
No, that still exists because unity to Donald Trump means everybody unifies behind him, right? And so he's still holding out hope that that can happen. But, you know, to Maggie's point about their unpreparedness, I'm surprised by it as well because, you know, the research department at the RNC always have been, always will be very skilled pros. And they've clearly for 4 years been focusing on Kamala Harris. You have Gretchen Whitmer and Gavin Newsom too over recent weeks. But over the past 5-6 weeks or longer, they've been building a real solid book, what we call a book, a research book on Harris. Dumb as a Rock is not page 1 of that. It's not even page 45, and it's probably a longer book than 45 pages.
Okay, but who's in charge here, right? Like who's robbing the train? Yeah. Mr. Jesse is the one robbing this train. You can write a book. I mean, that book served me as much purpose as it served him if he doesn't read it. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine the level of frustration you would have if you were prepared for this obvious circumstance that was going to come up, and then you hand it to him.
Well,
but you hand it to Chris LaCivita, you hand it to Susie Wiles.
But he goes off book, because even at the convention, think of his speech. The whole build-up to that was machismo. It was Hulk Hogan. Like, I mean, I'm a millennial. I didn't even get that. But it was men meant to make him look tough because he was contrasting Joe Biden. Now you're running against a woman. It looks kind of silly. It looks kind of ridiculous. Like, I would be, frankly, pretty pissed, too, if I did my whole convention, you don't get another shot at that, and you're running against a completely different candidate. He put out on Truth Social something along the lines of, like, we want a redo. They said he wanted his money back for this because they're realizing they missed their best and biggest opportunity against her.
And Trump defeating Hillary Clinton means that he probably thinks he can say whatever he wants. But I remember working on Richard Burr's Senate campaign in 2004. We ran against Erskine Bowles. And after the campaign, I got together with my counterpart on the Bowles campaign, Carlos Monje, great guy, shout out to Carlos. And we talked about, why did you do this and why did we do that? And we waited for Erskine Bowles to attack us first. He had more money, he could write his own checks. And he never did. And he said, because Bowles ran against Elizabeth Dole 2 years earlier and he attacked Dole first. And that defined his candidacy as being negative and misogynistic. And so he wouldn't attack Richard Burr, a man. Republican men, if you're running against women, you have to be a little careful on how you do that. Donald Trump isn't a careful person.
He will never do that. But I also, it's not just Donald Trump. I mean, I want to play what's been going on over on Capitol Hill. This is how they've been talking about the vice president.
We are in the fight for.
Biden said, first off, he said he's going to hire a black female for vice president, and that he just skipped over. What about white females? What about any other group? It just, when you go down that route, you take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president. 100%. She was a DEI hire. Her record is abysmal at best.
First, it's the DEI hire part first, and then it's the record. But they can't help themselves but going at the race part of this.
Let me just say something here.
Please do.
This is going to work out badly because they worked very hard to attract black men into the Republican Party. They worked very hard to attract Latin men into the Republican Party. And they were getting a little bit of momentum there. There were a lot of black men who were saying, the Democrats don't do anything for us, and Biden's weak, and they're starting to look over there at the Republican Party. You start insulting black women, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Black men are not going to put up with that. I want to send a warning, as clear as I can. I was on a phone call with 20,000 black men. The word protect came up about 1,000 times. Protect this sister. Protect this sister. We're going to protect her. Protect her. You're about to see something you haven't seen before. Look, people messed around with Hillary Clinton and said a bunch of mean stuff to her. Black men set that out. We won't set this out. So I don't think that the Republican Party understands that all the work that they did trying to get us over there, two more days of this, it's going to be a problem.
Look, and the strategy is in part also to draw a wedge between black men and black women, which if you listen to Van, he's saying that's not going to work, but that is the strategy, is to say, they're so focused on women, black women, they're not focused on you.
Let me ask this question, though, because the people on this call that you're talking about were a subset of the population, and one could argue were a subset of the population that you didn't have to worry about in the first place, because these margins are so crazy. Democrat math requires you basically to get 105% of black people to vote for them. So if this goes from 90% of black men voting for the Democrats to 80, which is still 4 out of 5, which is still overwhelming, you still got a problem. So I agree with you that there is a significant portion of this population that is doing that. The question is really more so the people who are tied into the YouTube algorithms that tie a little bit too much in these notions of masculinity. How are you going to reach them on this one? Like Stacey Abrams in Georgia, I think, is the great example about what was the black male support for her or the lack thereof when it came down to it.
I think this is going to wind up being a little bit different because I think that when you see black women moving the way that they're moving, at 40,000 on a phone call last night, I think the level of social pressure on black men to stand up this time, because this is not against some weirdo governor. This is about Donald Trump. And so I think, there will be some black men who peel away, but I think that motion is going to be frozen. I think to the extent that if it just stayed Joe Biden, I think you're just seeing a big flow of black men. I think you're going to see black men freeze and begin to move back because the despicable Joe and his hoe, that stuff that's starting to bubble up, that is not going to work.
And there's a women angle to this as well, because every woman is familiar with mediocre white men telling them you didn't earn this. And that's what they're saying about a woman who's an attorney general, a U.S. senator, a vice president, a federal prosecutor. The resume's there. You're going to hear a lot of that come up. And I think that there is something that a lot of these women in the suburbs who don't like Donald Trump but were gravitating toward him because they felt like Joe Biden was weak could see this and be like, I'm going to be with her. That's a resume I'm impressed with.
There is the double haters issue, right? I mean, at the end of the day, at the path the Democrats were on, there was a very likely loss with President Biden. Voters had made up their mind on where they were. The class of double hater voters, and I know pollsters who hate that term, but there are a group of voters who didn't like either candidate, Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Kamala Harris is a different messenger. And the other thing, too, that I think just hasn't been factored in yet, there's so much we don't know about the next 3.5 months. Absolutely. But one thing we don't know, and I think this gets overlooked, is President Biden was delivering a sporadic at best message against Donald Trump. He was not really campaigning. He would give an occasional speech about democracy. He was not out there doing very much. Frankly, the last few weeks have been the closest thing to a campaign that he really did in a sustained way, and it still wasn't enough. So when someone is framing the argument against Donald Trump in a sustained way, that could have a very different effect on the polling than what we've seen so far. It may not, but there's just been an absence of that.
The blocking and tackling in politics really does matter.